All right. Really just proud of our team. Just back-to-back games, they really played well. So it's really good to see that and starting to, play like the team that I know that they can be. So really proud of that. And then just now we got a little momentum. It's what we really wanted to get out of this game, was to try to create some momentum. Haven't had a lot. So again, back-to-back games on the road, 2 big wins, and man, this is a special place to me. Forever grateful for that team that came up here 17 years ago, 3-4 with a fired staff, and because honestly, none of us are probably here right now in that locker room, outside of maybe a couple guys with it still coming to Clemson, but that team, made a decision to try to finish and had the will to fight, even though there wasn't a lot to play for. And, so it was great to see these guys come up here tonight and to be honored that. So just a great victory. Guys played really crisp. We had 6 consecutive scoring drives offensively. I love the balance that we had. Had a bunch of guys, score. And Cade back-to-back, just amazing games. I mean, he's just played awesome these last 2 games, and I'm really proud of him. 22 of 30 with a pass touchdown, 280, and also was 5.3 yards per carry. And got rolled his ankle up, tried to come back in, but we just see how it was going to go. We held him, but so hopefully not too bad. But just really proud of him. I mean, he was precise. He made some big plays. Had one he'd like to have back, but just really put the ball on the money. 10 different guys touched it as a reception. Another great game by Wesco. I think he had over 100 yards at half. And Antonio had some big plays and just delivered. Great hold by Swinney out there. That was a big time hold, man. Big time hold, but really just proud of all those guys, how they competed offensively. And we kind of put them in a bad spot on the one down there with CV that we really should have called timeout. And they had a 9 technique. It wasn't a good call versus that. We put him in a bad spot. But was thinking if we didn't get it, we would they got to go 95. So unfortunately, we get the interception and got out of there. But just really proud of, again, how they played defensively. Awesome. I thought we were a little sloppy and a little early. The first 3 and out was I thought set the tone, but end of the day, 221 total, 4 of 16 on 3rd and 4th down. Kind of tells the story defensively. We were able to get them off the field, 5 sacks. And let me tell you, that is a really good offensive line. I thought that was the best offensive line we've seen all year coming in. And so to be able to get the pressure that we did, 7 TFLs, and then turn them over. Probably my favorite part of the game defensively was, and listen, you can do it, but they took Strozier basically, and Wesco didn't have a chance. They basically took Strozier, just threw him right into Wesco he was trying to fair catch it, and that's a tough break. But the defense goes right out there and they get it back. It was a great play by Ricardo, great cause fumble by Sammy, and a recovery by TJ. So the 2 turnovers were big, but the 3 stops on downs were huge. So, I mean, to me, those are as good as turnovers, in a game like that. So just, proud of the complimentary football 2 weeks in a row. Hoosier, good to see him make a couple of big kicks, had a 46, had a 50, and then, we thought we were out of bounds. And so anyway, but that's kind of a crazy situation that you work, but 1 second, he's snapping it on the whistle on a field goal operation. And Clay, I think, basically almost had to stand up. So it was a really big time hold by him, and a great job by Hoosier, just trusting that he was going to get it down, and just not letting it affect his rhythm. And Clay got it down, and that was a heck of a kick and really good operation right there to come away. So I loved our explosiveness to finish the half. So just a lot of good things in the game. And again, the biggest thing is just, back-to-back games playing well and now creating a little bit of momentum. Just excited to see the team, have some fun. And, they're just battling back, and the leadership's been great. And so now, long we get home probably about 6 a.m. So it's going to be a long trip back, and another quick turnaround. So huge opponent next week, rematch of our championship game last year with a really talented SMU team. I think they won earlier today as well. So they'll be nice and rested. We got a long ride, and we got to do a good job getting our guys recovered between tomorrow and Monday. But excited to be back home, and we've got to carry the momentum into playing in the Valley. And so really appreciate our fans. I thought the fans were great. I know we got a lot of alumni up in this area, so it was a really good crowd of Clemson people, and always fun to be able to see my alma mater and see them at the end of the game. So we'll enjoy this one tonight, reset, refocus, and get ready for the next one.
Just an FYI, we've got Peter Woods going outside. If anybody'd like to step out, if not, feel free to ask away with Coach.
Yeah, Coach, just how important was the strip sack of Lonergan towards the end of the first half? Chance to make it a one-score game. Seems like you guys stole the momentum back and kept it for the rest of the night.
Yeah, and that's what we had not done. We went 3 games without a takeaway, so that was a huge emphasis, and it was great to see that. And we had a couple other really good shots on goal, as we say, where we didn't quite get it out. And then Ricardo, I mean, that's what happens when you're where you're supposed to be, and you're well positioned, within the call, and especially in the red zone, where it's a shorter field. And so it was a great play by him, but definitely, and because that took momentum back. That was, I know it was late in the game, but hey, anything can happen. And so to get it back right there, but I thought that was huge with Sammy earlier in the game. That definitely was a huge momentum, because they were moving the ball. I think they had scored two or three times in a row there. I believe they went field goal, touchdown, and then we had the calls fumble. So they had rhythm, and they were executing really well. Got some good players, so that was definitely a turning point. And then we go right down and score. And then I think we got another stop, and then we ended up, with the field goal right there.
Brayden Jacobs came in and played well. Was that Tristan hurt, or was it just performance? Or
No, Tristan didn't practice much this week. He'd been battling a little bit of an ankle as well, and so he didn't practice a whole lot. But I was so proud of Brayden. I mean, because I didn't notice it. And I didn't, that's a good thing. He played most of the whole game, and I didn't really notice him. But Tristan was trying to go, and but like I said, he was very limited at practice this week and working his way back. And felt like he could go, but early on, just I think he realized that he just didn't quite have it like he wanted, and so we threw Brayden in there early. In fact, Max said, I'm just going to put him in there and see how he does right here. And I'm like, well, keep your eye on him. And I never noticed it the rest of the night. So I'm really proud of Brayden. He grew up tonight, and he needed a game like that. He's had a couple of instances where he's kind of gotten thrown in there, and it's fast. But to see him play like that was awesome. So really proud of Brayden. He did a heck of a job. Can't wait to watch the tape. He's a big man, and he's a big edge to get around out there. So brings a lot of length for us. So it's a good game for a freshman on the road, having to step up like that.
What did you see on the play where Cade got hurt? Do you think he
just kind of
slid there? Or is it kind of
just slid. He's been kind of nursing a little bit of a sore ankle anyway. You probably seen it taped up, but he just kind of rolled it up, just got rolled under him, and so. He went in, they untaped him, retaped him, and like I said, he was, ready to go back in. So let's just see how CV goes right here, and it's good for CV to play. It's good for him to have to go in there and play. Got a good drive down the field. Hammerhead went in there and did his thing. It was good to see that. So especially when they know you're going to run it. And we ended up getting some of the young guys in there. It's fun for them at the end of the game. But I think we played 77 players maybe So a lot of guys got in the game. That's back-to-back weeks. I just think that's great for your depth, great for your competition, great for your morale, great for evaluation, great for development of your team. And so, we got we played our way back to even. And so we've got, I think the next 3 are at home. And so the next thing for us is to get back to playing the way we need to play at home. So we had 2 good games on the road. Hopefully we can just continue to build some momentum.
Coach, the fans and the media are going to look at the next game as a rematch from last year.
Yep.
How do you approach to your team that it's a new season and it's going to be a completely different game?
Yeah, I mean, it is because it's still Clemson and SMU. So regardless of who's gone and back and all that, a lot of the kids on their team and our team were in that game, so they certainly remember that. But it's a huge game for both teams. I mean, for us, it's every week is a playoff game for us, basically. I mean, we have we don't control anything other than just trying to fight our way back to have the best possible postseason opportunity that we can have. And so every single game is a championship game for us. It's just the way it is. And for SMU, I mean, same thing. I mean, they'll look at it as an opportunity to go play Clemson. I mean, we know we're going to get everybody's best every single week, but so there's no championship on the line per se, but it is for both teams that day because we both want to just be 1-0 that day.
You mentioned for Cade's injury, hopefully it's not too bad. What is your confidence level in CV if he's asked to maybe go out and play against SMU on Saturday?
Practice every day, so if something like that were the case and he had to, at least he's been able to play some these last 2 weeks. It's not like that's a blessing. He got a really good experience last week, played almost a half or most of the second half, and then got a chance to get back in there again today. So he practices well every week. He prepares well. Again, just hasn't had a ton of opportunity to play. So these last 2 weeks have been big for him, and we trust him. We trust him and Trent, honestly. We trust both those guys to be able to go in there and get it done. I mean, obviously Cade is our starter, so you always want your starter to be out there. But both those guys we have confidence in.
Do you think Cade will play against SMU?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, he was trying to play tonight, come back in there, but I'm sure he'll be sore tomorrow. We'll have to evaluate him. Y'all will ask me every day how he's doing, and I'll say the same thing. But I don't see anything at this point that he wouldn't, but anything could happen, I guess.
You had the purple jerseys against Georgia Tech tonight, the orange pants. Why the decision to change it up a little bit?
Well, I just want to have some fun. I mean, listen, our season the way it is, we're playing for a trophy tonight. We don't wear the orange pants unless there's some type of trophy on the line. That's just our rule. And we put ourselves in a hole, and I don't know how many championships we're going to get this year. So we said, you know what, let's bring them out. Let's honor that 08 team that came up here 17 years ago that made a decision, like I said, to try to have the best possible finish. And they didn't know anybody anything, didn't know me anything. We had a fired staff coaching them. But man, those kids made a decision to try to fight, and they did. And so, but that was one. We're just having some fun with them. Hey, they're going to be a trophy. We've had that trophy for a long time. I pulled it out on Wednesday, and I said, "Here's the trophy." They're going to hand it out after the game. Hey, so I don't know how many opportunities we'll get this year. We know we'll play South Carolina in the state championship at some point down the road. So that's another opportunity. But yeah, we're just having some fun and just bringing a little bit more juice to it.
Coach, a lot of ball carriers tonight. How do you evaluate that position, and what's your confidence level with some of the guys that were out there carrying the rock tonight?
Yeah, all of them had their moments. We obviously have a ton of confidence in Adam. I wish we'd have hit it. We just missed him on a big play, but he's just been, super steady for us and tough and physical. What a great touchdown run he had, that first one. That was downhill. I was really proud of him for that. And all those guys got in there. I mean, Gid had some nice moments. Easy got in there, had a couple of nice plays. Keith got in there and averaged about 7 yards a carry. I mean, he was, he's a business decision. He's just a guy that there's not much flash to him, but you better have your big boy pads on when you tackle that guy. And that's just the mindset he brings. And maybe the best tailback we got is Peter Woods. So, good things happen when we give him the ball. So, I mean, that was fun. I think that was about 1,000 pounds downhill right there with and good execution by everybody on that play. So, yeah, all of them got a chance to touch it. They all did some good things. We'll watch the tape, but I didn't see anything negative out of anybody.
Talking about the pass rush, how much of a boost has that 3 defensive end rotation when you have all 3 of those guys on the field?
Yeah, I mean, so, like I said, long yardage type stuff, we called that a rabbit package. We called it all kind of things over the years, cheetah package. But it was effective for us.
Any questions for Coach virtually?
It's good to see us get to the court. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of confidence that we would sack this guy a lot tonight because, again, they don't give up many sacks. And just nature of their scheme, and there's a lot of max protection. So to be able to get that amount of pressure on them tonight was a huge confidence boost. And honestly, there's a couple other times I thought we over-rushed him, which I think we could have maybe had 1 or 2 more. So that's something we got to clean up. Just knowing when we've got to squeeze and turn and go to power and not over-rush where a guy can step up and out. Even if you got a guy inside, if you over-rush it, they can get out. So that'll be something we'll have to clean up, especially with this cat we got to see this week.
Got a few more minutes with Coach.
Coach, just after giving up 34 points to Syracuse this past 2 weeks, giving up 10 points each, what's been the most proud of your defense?
It's execution, playing Clemson football. Probably the worst half of defense I've seen in a long time. That first half of the Syracuse game, it was pathetic. So just guys doing their job, guys playing like they're supposed to, coaches coaching like they're supposed to, and just playing Clemson football. They played good second half. I think they only gave up 3 points in the second half of that game, but like I said, that's about as bad as I've seen us play. So they just responded, but they take pride in their performance, and so do the coaches. So it was, again, a good reset and open date and a good opportunity, and they back-to-back games. It's hard to hold people to 10 points in college football. I mean, it's hard. And especially when, we played a lot. We're playing a lot. We played 77 guys. So playing a lot of guys. Everybody wants to keep playing. So I'm just really proud of the team, and it certainly helps. It certainly helps when your offense, when you play complementary football and you get a stop and you score, next thing you know, you've put the other team behind the 8 ball. And it just kind of changes maybe how you call things. It just affects a lot of stuff. So we've been on the other side of that too. You start pressing a little bit and different things, but it's been awesome. I'm really proud of them, and we need to keep it up. Again, it's back-to-back games that we've played well, and we needed some momentum, and so we've got a little mo, and now we just got to keep building it.
Would you like right before halftime the execution when you get the ball back, 12 seconds?
Yeah, that was awesome. We missed one. I wish you'd have thrown it away a little quicker, but we came back. We thought 3 got out of bounds, and that was frustrating, that whole debacle. But at the end of the day, you got it right. We got the 1 second, but you got to really work on that. We don't get a lot of those, and so Casperson was really high on the snap. But, heck of a kick, like I said, a great hold by Clay, but that was one of those. Because we had back-to-back scores, the touchdown, which was, I don't even know how much, that was a quick score. And then to get it back I think stopped them on downs with good field position. Just good execution, no timeouts. I was frustrated. I wish I had a timeout left. I had to burn them as we had a couple of defensive issues, but just really good execution.
Ronan Hanafin kind of handled his homecoming with a bunch of his
Yeah,
family
there were
and
200 Hanafins It's unbelievable. It was a good time to rob a bank in Burlington tonight. I don't know if anybody in robbery in Burlington. His dad's, the captain there, but there was literally 200 Hanafins. So obviously he's got a brother on BC team, but just an amazing family. And it was awesome to see. I got a chance to see a lot of them before the game. I think they all went and greeted the BC bus, and they all came and greeted our bus, and they all had the Boston College, Clemson shirts on. So pretty cool moment for that family, and especially for Ronan. Ronan's been just jacked up all week. So I thought he did a nice job, and the guys enjoyed it. It was a great trip. I'm gonna tell you, this is one of the most beautiful campuses that you'll see. I mean, especially in October, to come up here. I mean, just a beautiful part of the country. I mean, gorgeous. Every time I drive in here, I was kind of glad it was a night game, and because we kind of came in late afternoon about 5, it's just beautiful. I mean, just the trees, the colors of the leaves, the campus, the houses coming in, the building. I mean, this is a really beautiful place up here, and so it's a fun experience for our guys. A lot of guys hadn't been to Boston, so good opportunity for them to see a different part of the country. And everybody always just does. It's just, I got a lot of respect for this place and these people. And same thing with Bill. They had a bunch of guys out. They've been kind of down some guys these last couple of games. So I don't really know what they're dealing with. But I really got a lot of respect for Bill. I mean, he's a guy that I just think, he's a heck of a coach, first of all. He's a great fit for up here in this program, but you're one of the good guys in the business.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Okay, appreciate it.
We'll turn this room around for his coach's show here momentarily.